And there you go, just like that, we're back. Looks like we've got things all ironed out and fixed up on our end. We hope they hold true throughout tonight's race here tonight at Daytona International Speedway in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. And I don't know about you, I just kind of like that slogan. I think it's kind of I don't know, it's just kind of catchy. It's just kind of cool. You know what I mean? Thanks for joining us here tonight. I do apologize for the a little bit of technical issues that we had that forced us to shut down the first stream. I do apologize about that. This broadcast should be just fine, should stay online the whole time. We should be good to go from here on out. So I do appreciate you taking your time to give us a moment. Come on back over here and join us over here on this side for the broadcast from here on out. Drivers getting ready to go into their qualifying session, and things getting ready to fire off here for the first time on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. And it looks like there you see the flag being waved on happy hour. Green flag gonna be shown here as track has opened up for qualifying. Drivers going to begin to hit the track. Looks like Christopher Dean, one of the first drivers on the track, as well as Jeff Winter. Eddie Behan also out there on track. I tell you what, let's go out there, take a look at the driver of that 55 machine, Eddie Behan, as he makes his way around the track. And you got to stay on the apron all the way around to the blend line here, the cone. There you see it, the blue cone right there. Now the driver's able to make their way up on track as the track has begun to be a very busy place here tonight already. Eric Anderson, Tyler Beeman, Jamie Beasley, Richard Pruitt, Bryson Clark, Jeff Winter, Christopher Dean, Eddie Behan on screen, Ryan Dale, Bob Rogerson, as well as Brett Hahn also out there on track, Davey Hendricks. So about 10 to 12 drivers already out there making their qualifying attempt. Andy Cork also. So with all the drivers out there, we'll go ahead and throw up a multiple qualifying time for you there on the bottom of your screen. As you'll see the drivers turn in their qualifying laps, we'll go ahead and throw it up there on the scoring pylon so you can follow along at home with us just like we follow along right here in the booth. Eddie Behan continues to run that high lane here on his first time lap, and that's going to be kind of the theme here as we go across the board and tune in with some other drivers here on their qualifying times. Usually that first time lap here at Talladega Superspeedway, it's always up there next to that high line. It's always up there at the top of the track, getting as much as they can get out of it. And then we'll see, more than likely, we'll watch Behan drop down to the bottom. Right there it is, drop down to the bottom, make the shortest distance around, and he's going to keep it right there next to that double yellow line. As of right now, quick time being held by Eric Anderson. 47.99 quick time for Anderson. So watch. We'll continue to watch that here in this 10-minute qualifying session here in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. You're watching, I don't know, what did I call it? The Firestarter or Firecracker? I don't remember. Firecracker 200. We're just going to stick with that one. What do you say? What do you say? I tell you what, actually, we're going to check out there on the chat side of things over there on the YouTube side. Anybody out there on the chat, I tell you what, your day to name tonight's race. If you shoot me a name for the race before the end of qualifying, well, we might just make it official here tonight. Looks like Ryan Dale going to go quick time. Top of the board right now, 47.65 being made by that 73 machine. We continue to watch Eddie Behan as he continues to make some time lapse. He's going to be bringing it to pit road. Lots of drivers already in with their qualifying time. We'll jump back here with Travis Everett as he's on his first time lap. A ton of drivers putting in time lapse so far already here tonight. Brett Hahn out there taking the top spot now. Bryson Clark right there just behind him Let's see, where does Travis Everett go on his first time lap? Looks like it's not going to go in the books just yet, so Everett has a little bit of ground to be made. Continue to watch Travis Everett as he makes his way around the track here on his first time lap. 28 drivers already putting in a qualifying time here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. Brett Hahn sitting on top of the speed charts. Quick time of a 47.64. Bryson Clark in second. Third goes to Tim Rogers. Fourth is Crank Bell. Rounding out your top five right now, Ryan Dale. Everett going 29th with his first time lap. He's got a lot of ground to make up right at about, that's close to about 0.5 of a second, but right at a half a second to be made up by Everett. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that as we close in on the halfway point here in the qualifying session. And I tell you what, anybody out there on chat, it's your chance. If you want to name tonight's race, go ahead and let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. The something whatever 200. Let's see what you got. We'll give it to the fans to decide tonight's race name. Travis Everett right there turning in his time lap. Where's he gonna go? Top of the board. Second time lap for Travis Everett, sorry about that. Going quick time 47.63. Just squeaking ahead of Brett Hahn. Nobody else out there on track. Looks like Jeremy Moore just kind of hanging out there in the car down on pit road. No other drivers electing to make a timed lap at this point in time as the track getting close to being closed down here. Track being closed right at about the 7.5 minute mark in the 10-minute qualifying session here in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series for driver meeting purposes. So, right at about 4 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Looks like your pole sitter for tonight's race will be that 13 machine of Travis Everett. Heck of a job out there getting by Brett Hahn. Hahn right there with a 47.64. But Everett saying, nah, buddy, not here, not tonight. It's mine. I tell you what, let's see if we can't go out there. Let's see if we can't look them up somewhere. The Powerhouse 200. I tell you what, they're God's Gospel. You're the first one to respond here tonight. So that is tonight's race name, the Powerhouse 200 here from Daytona International Speedway. And I tell you what, let's see if we can't get a word in there too real quick with the driver that got the pole position. Let's see if we can't get a quick word with your pole sitter here tonight, Travis Everett. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. We got you.
Hey, buddy, I know you got the drivers' meeting coming up, so we won't keep you too long. Just want to congratulate you on tonight's pole. And how's the car feeling out there tonight? I know it's a plate race, but how you feeling? How's the car feeling? What do you think your odds of walking away in victory lane are tonight?
No, we're just going to have to see how it plays out. Car feels pretty stable, but that don't mean anything once you get in traffic here. A lot can change with the car once you get stuck back in traffic. Have to see how it plays out. Maybe we can keep it up all front all night and see how it goes.
All right, my man. Well, as I already mentioned, I do know that the drivers' meeting is coming up, so we won't hold you any longer. Once again, congratulations on the pole out there tonight. Before we let you go, do you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of the car?
Just want to thank Cyber Thunder for giving us a place to race and appreciate y'all coming on and broadcasting it. Hopefully we can give y'all a good show tonight.
All right, my man. Well, good luck and elbows up. All right, there you have it. A few words from your pole sitter out there tonight, driver of that 13 machine, Travis Everett. And for some reason, it really likes GT right now. It just keeps on popping his information up right there. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out why it is doing that. That is absolutely wonderful. Anyways, we're going to head away from the track for just a brief commercial break, then head down trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Back trackside once again as the field begins to roll off. We'll get set. And oh boy, looks like we're having a little bit of technical issues once again here. Oh my goodness, we'll see if we can't figure out what's going on here real quick. Very, very interesting here. Looks like things slowly beginning to iron themselves out. Not quite sure what that's about. So we'll keep this going here for you. Should re-iron itself on out. We'll try to work our way through it. We do apologize about it. We'll make sure we get all of these kinks and mishaps taken care of here just as quickly as we can. And oh my goodness, it doesn't look like it's getting any better at this point in time for us as the pace truck ducks its way down pit road. Oh my goodness gracious. Things are all amiss, all a whack. We'll see if we can't get it all worked out and fixed out for you though, real quick. There you go. Looks like things slowly starting to iron themselves out for us here. See if we can't keep it going here and figure out what's going on here. We've got drivers breaking off of the track right now. Field slowly starting its way down the backstretch for the first time here tonight in the Powerhouse 200 from Daytona International Speedway. And it looks like the field's actually beginning to break up already here on the track. Looks like we still have a little bit of those issues coming around the front stretch. Do think that's just something to do with maybe the massive amount of cars out here tonight. We do have 40 drivers out here tonight and a massive amount of rendering on the front stretch. And very, very interesting here. We'll continue to try to work our way through. Trying to work on some technical things in the background here. Trying to be able to bring you the graphics back up on screen as drivers still side by side halfway down the backstretch here at Daytona International Super Speedway. We do thank you for bearing with us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, trying to get all of these glitches and mishaps out of the way. Trying to do what we can here as Brett Hahn took over the lead. Tim Rogers right there in second. Travis Everett still sitting right there at the front of the field, sitting in the third position right now. Field still making its way around the track. And we're going to attempt something else here. Gonna have to go about things the hard way for just a brief moment, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with us here while we work on this in the background. Field still side by side making their way around the track. We'll see if we can't get things to work itself back out here in just one moment. Trying to reload everything in the background for us, ladies and gentlemen, as we've got a battle for the race lead back up at the front 13. Down on the bottom being pushed by the 71 out there on the outside. We've got a 4-car group. The one machine right there pushing the 81 down the back stretch. Down into turn number 1. I do apologize about that. Down into turn number 1, dropping down to the bottom to take the race lead on the inside. That one machine. Right now, we do not have the timing and scoring, so car numbers is all I've got to work with right now. Do bear with us. We're trying to get everything back up. Looks like everything's slowly making its way where it needs to be. Slowly going to work itself out. As Tanner Tallarico takes the lead. Travis Everett right there with him. Mike Berg right there in third. Fourth place, Brett Hahn. We do have 2 separate packs out here forming for us so far here tonight. Long train of cars, single file back here in the back of the pack right now And it looks like some of these drivers electing to just slowly make their way through this race, slowly get some of these laps in the books before things start going, before they start getting a little too racy, before things get a little too hairy, if you will. Some of these drivers electing play it calm and cool and collective. There you see that second pack back in the distance. We've still got 5 drivers out here trying to make that high side work, trying to make their way around and lead a lap, but the one machine right now not having any of it. The 13 of Tyler Rico right there still in second. Trying to see if we can reload things in the background once again here. Sometimes it takes a minute for things to cooperate with us, and looks like it's still giving us a rough, hard time here. So I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away here for just a brief commercial break. We'll be right back here at Daytona International Speedway for the Powerhouse 200 here in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. And just as I begin to lead away, things begin to iron themselves out. Now they're starting to act up a little bit once again. So we're going to step away, try to take care of this. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this 0.625-mile racetrack. Here's the starting lineup. On the pole from Dawsonville, Georgia, in the number 9 Coors Ford qualifying and Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. His second win of 1987.
On the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. The All-American 400 is underway.
Got to be careful. The bumps here can get you every time. Entering the corner, exiting the corner.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Great patience for joining us and sticking with us here tonight. Sorry about all of the complications. We do strive to be the best that we possibly can each and every night. And sometimes, well, the internet and technical things just throw us for loops. And fortunately, we've been able to iron the problems out so far and bring you back to the action here at Daytona International Super Speedway. Do apologize for that one once again, as the field makes their way around the track. My goodness, the Tanner Tallarico still leading the field so far here tonight. Brett Hahn right there in second. Tom Riker right there in a third. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and give you something you haven't been able to see all night, and that is your ticker scrolling across the top of the screen. And yes, indeed, that does mean we have got things fixed, worked out, ready to go here for the rest of the night for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cups. Contact between the 71. Oh, and it looks like Trading Paints is deciding to have a little update in the middle of the race as well. So there you go. Yet another program doing some updating while things go on. And you got to love that. You got to love it. Tanner Tallarico having a little bit of a moment down there on the bottom lane. He's going to lose that top spot as Mike Berg goes to the point. And I think somebody said it out there in the chat over there on YouTube side of things. Berg was very fast in practice, so look for him when it comes money time at the end of tonight's race. Tonight's race, 80 laps here tonight, 200 miles for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series drivers, sponsored by BladeNode.com. Simple Web Solutions, powered by nerds. Can last week's race winner, Andrew Payne, get back to victory lane? Can he repeat what he was able to do last week at Kentucky? Can Tanner Tallarico possibly make it back to victory lane once again as well? Travis Everett, keep him in mind. He's been to victory lane here so far this season as well. As this is a race number 4 here in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Drivers side by side at the front of the field for the race leaders. For the race lead, Tim Rogers leads the field in his 48 machine. Tanner Tallarico right behind him. Matt Berg right there as well. Eddie Behan, Brett Hahn, Behan and Brett Hahn right behind each other. That's, whew, yeah, we'll just leave that one there. Do want to take a minute. I know we're kind of focused in here on this front pack as these drivers continue around the track here on lap number 21, but I do want to go back there. There you see a second pack, all single file back here in the distance, being led, I do believe, if I am not mistaken, that is that little pack right there is being led by Dylan Reed. That 31 machine, that Mountain Dew Baja Blast Chevy Z01 Camaro leading this second pack of drivers. It's quite a big pack of drivers. It's at least 10 to 15 cars, and it looks like this is the pack that is more on the play it safe kind of strategy here tonight so far. Early in the running, about a quarter of the way through tonight's Powerhouse 200 here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, live from Daytona International Super Speedway. And up at the front, Tim Rogers continues to lead the race with Tanner Tallarico right behind him. Brett Hahn sitting in third. Tom Reichert right there in fourth position. Mike Berg sitting in fifth. Eddie Behan sixth, seventh place. And now back. Oh, and contact and around go 2 cars. Looks like that was Behan going around down at the bottom, and Ryan Dale also having some trouble. Tim Rogers continues to lead the race, and right now that split, a lot of that front pack up. We've got a 6-car breakaway. Tim Rogers, Tanner Tallarico, Brett Hahn, Tim Richard right there, Mike Berg, as well as Bob Rogerson, Eric Anderson just behind these drivers, about 2 seconds back, leading this second, well, not quite a pack. There you see a little bit of gaps between those 4 drivers, then a 5th and 6th further back in the distance. And what this has done, this has broken up the front of this field, but this has given that larger second pack that we took a look at a few laps ago. That has brought their strategy and what they're doing kind of to like a few drivers involved with a little bit of a race incident. It was off track. Therefore, no caution flag flying. And there you see an even now a third pack back behind these drivers beginning to develop. So a few drivers already down and onto pit road and having a tough night so far here tonight. It looks like Chris Harvey back behind the wall, as well as Andrew Payne. So both of those drivers with some tough luck, as well as Ryan Dale down there on pit road. Looks like he is in his pit box. Looks like there's a little bit of long service going on right there. So we'll rejoin the race back up at the front with your race leader, Tim Rogers. He's got Tanner Tallarico right there in tow. Brett Hahn sitting in third, fourth place. Tom Reichert, fifth. Mike Berg. And as we work our way around the track right now, lap 26 out of the 80 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Do want to keep everybody informed and keep it on the frontal lobe there. Keep it fresh in the memory. Next Thursday night, we head to Sonoma, followed up by Charlotte, then back just a little ways, maybe about 30-45 minutes down the road. We'll head down to North Wilkesboro for round number 7 here in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Man, I tell you what, this little stretch that we find ourselves upon, man, I could not be any happier. It is going to be one heck of a night, one heck of a show. And I tell you what, why don't we go down there? Let's see if we can't go on board with one of the drivers out there tonight, carrying one of the onboard cameras here, being sponsored by BladeNode.com. Let's see if we can't go on board now with the driver of that 34 machine, Tom Reichert, running in the 4th position. Continuing on board down with the 34 machine as he's sitting in the 4th place. Front of the field, all running nose to tail. We've got about 7-8 drivers right here in this little pack right here. Not all of them are right there for position. And just as I say that, looks like drivers beginning to gain some more ground. That 4-car breakaway has now become a 10-car breakaway. 10 cars sitting here at the front of the field as we get closer and closer to halfway here tonight. And we do have a website here for the Turn 3 Racing Network website. However, not public quite yet. Still ironing things out, still working out the details and some of the finer points. But we do, but we don't, if that's an answer for you. I'm sure that's probably one of the craziest answers you've ever heard. Still here tonight, we've got 10 drivers right here in this front pack. Then we've got a small 3-car pack right here. There you see it being headed up by Bryson Clark, Bradley Beeman, as well as Jeff Winter. Then you've got to go another 5 seconds back. Then you'll find this big pack of cars side by side racing right now. And I think if all of these drivers were to kind of get single file, I think the numbers would not lie. This is about from 14th all the way back to 36th position, so a good 15, 16 cars. And if they were to get single file, that is a lot of momentum, a lot of speed that can be had by a pack that big. But yeah, there's a reason why I do what I do and these drivers do what they do. And that's because I'm much better at talking about the racing than doing the racing. As a matter of fact, I did tear up a Turn 3 cutaway car here earlier at Daytona International Superspeedway. So the keys were taken from me, or I should say my driver's helmet and Hans' device were taken from me. No longer allowed to get into the cutaway car here at Daytona International Speedway. Said I was costing the company too much money. So we do apologize back at headquarters, but we got to have fun too. Speaking of fun, these drivers right here in this pack, not playing around. Your top 10, 15 drivers all right here mixing it up. Still Tim Rogers at the front of the field. Mixing it up with Tanner Tallarico. As we continue to work our way around the track, drivers continue this long green flag run. Green flag since the start of tonight's race, and it has been one heck of a race so far. We do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Thanks for sticking with us through all the issues earlier in tonight's broadcast. That's why we love each and every one of you fans, friends, and family that stop by each and every night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you come out. And if you haven't already, throw these Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And get ready to go next Thursday night, because we're coming back to you live from Sonoma Raceway. That is going to be a wild one for sure in wine country. Man, I love the track, love the landscape. It is going to be a great contrast from going super speedway racing here at Daytona International Superspeedway in the Powerhouse 200 to over to the road course for the Catalina Wine Mixer 40 next Thursday night, live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, 7:40 p.m. We'll see you there. This pack at the front of the field continues to walk away from yet another hungry pack. They're digging in the background there. You can see him just off in the distance being led by Mr. Eric Anderson himself. That 83 machine leading that second pack. We've got 8 drivers right here in this front pack vying for position. And my goodness, it is going to be a heck of a finish, because these drivers are about halfway here. There you see it up in the top left of your screen. Lap 35 out of the 80 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. That means these drivers have reached the fuel window. One green flag pit stop can get these drivers to the end. When will it happen? When will we see it? Who's going to be able to get the car woed up? Will we see some carnage coming to pit road? That's yet to be seen. We'll see how it all plays out, how everybody stacks up. And it looks like as these drivers slowly beginning to get a little distance between themselves, we may see them setting up for those green flag pit stops here in the next handful of laps. These drivers at the front of the field were packed up just a little bit closer with each other, now giving each other just a little bit more distance. So maybe trying to stretch the fuel a lap or two extra just to ensure green-white checkered situations. And as the front of the field seems pretty calm, we're going to head back just a little bit further back here to this second pack. There you see your race leader off in the foreground going by as this second pack snaking its way. And as I said, you know, if this pack were to get single file, they will make some ground. They'll make some moves. They'll make the time up. And ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what they have done. They were a little over 9 seconds behind your race leader. Now they are sitting just 4 seconds behind your race leader, as we do have a few drivers on to pit road. Looks like Chris Harvey as well as Jeff Winter going to pit road that time by. So green flag pit stops have begun. The pit cycle is underway. We've still got 35 drivers on the lead lap out here tonight. Bill Jett being scored as the first car, 1 lap down, sitting in the lucky dog position. And as we continue to watch, Travis Everett right here in that 13 machine just behind GT in the 4. As more drivers begin to come to pit road, that was most of the front pack. I was saying this second pack right here, man, they were beginning to really eat up those race leaders and really close in on them. Now Dave Hendricks and Bradley Beeman, they're going to get swallowed up without a shadow of a doubt. Big move there, late move by the 4, and that's actually going to help Beeman out a little bit here, as he's going to be able to keep the draft and stay right there. That 51 of Davey Hendricks, I tell you what, I absolutely love that pink M&M's paint scheme on that 51 machine. Kind of makes me a little bit hungry as more drivers heading to pit road, this time by the 4 of GT, bringing his pack of cars down to pit road. Davey Hendricks going to stay out on the track and reassume the race lead. He's got Craig Bell, Eric Moore, as well as Michael Sturgill, David Gain fourth, Kyle Jett, Jeremy Moore, and Paul Turner, all still yet to hit pit road. As you see a long train of cars rejoining the track. And I tell you what, we're going to have to keep our eye back here around, I don't know, right now it says 23rd. This is that 48 of Tim Rogers, as he makes his way around 3 and 4. Just in front of him, Brett Hahn as well as Tanner Tallarico. Those two drivers, I believe, have hooked up, and indeed they have. More drivers to pit road this time. Your leaders all to pit road. So that's going to complete the green flag pit cycle. And we'll see how everybody comes back together. See how things shake out for these two drivers right here. Nose to tail, trucking down the backstretch. Drivers continuing to make their way around this racetrack, Daytona International Superspeedway and the Powerhouse 200 here for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. BladeNode.com, home for all your web hosting solutions. Same fast servers, same great features, but for half price and better tech support. Man, what more could you ask for? After the green flag pit stops have completed themselves, Tanner Tallarico tries to make his way up through the field. He's had help this entire time. Now he's got the 4 right back behind him. Or I should say back in front of him, as Travis Elliott took the race. Travis Everett, my goodness, I apologize, Travis. Reassuming the race lead, he's got GT right there in the 4 machine just behind him. Tanner Tallarico sitting in 3rd, Davey Hendricks in 4th. 5th is Crank Bell. 6th place goes to Brett Hahn. Eric Moore sitting in 7th. 8th place, Kyle Jett. Michael Serger sitting in 9th and 10th place, Tim Rogers. And as we continue to watch the front of the field, we've got drivers leaving pit road once again, so it looks like some pit road penalties being handed out. And after the green flag pit cycle, we still have 33 drivers on the lead lap. Oh, a little bit of smoke out of one driver there. Not an engine expiring, maybe just a little bit of a tire rub. Back to, as I was saying, 33 drivers still on the lead lap. We've still got 37 on the racetrack. Bill Jett being scored as the first car, 1 lap down in the lucky dog position in the 34th spot. But back at the front of the field, power move by Tim Rogers and Randy McCanny to get those top spots away from Travis Everett as well as GT. That 48 of Tim Rogers, man, power move around the outside with help from Randy McCanny. The 7 machine just absolutely shoved Rogers all the way around on the high side. The Harry Gant high, wide, and handsome line here at Daytona International Superspeedway in the Powerhouse 200, and they are beginning to slowly step away from the field. They're not going to break this draft. It's going to be very easy for Travis Everett as well as GT. Oh, my Lord. GT, don't kill me. Irizarry. Haha, I already know your name, my man. GT Irizarry. It's going to be very easy for those 2 drivers to kind of hook back up, team back up, and get right back to the rear bumper of that 7 machine. There you see already Travis Everett can close in anytime he wants. GT slowly closing in as well. Tanner Tallarico still right there in the 5th position. No caution flags here tonight so far from Daytona International Superspeedway and the Powerhouse 200. We do appreciate each and every one of you viewers stopping by, joining us here tonight. And I tell you what, we're going to go ahead out there, give the chat yet another chance to pick. Go ahead, pick a number, tell me who you want to drive on board with here for a lap or 2 around this great race track, Daytona International Superspeedway. I'll go ahead and give it a minute, let you answer. Not going to tell you what answer I'm going to take, but let's go ahead and get a few suggestions out there. And I don't know if you're, yeah, we'll just leave it alone. Drivers beginning to look like they're starting to get, I don't want to say somewhat impatient, but a little bit more serious as we see drivers begin to step out of line in that second lane, slowly starting to form again. Out there on the outside lane, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is the 78 of Bob Rogerson coming through the field like crazy to the top of the track, top of the speed charts, top of the pylon. That 78 machine right there taking over the race lead. Oh my goodness, Mike Berg as well as Tom Reichert going to the front of the field. More drivers trying to make that long train work on the outside. And it looks like Somebody wants to go on board the 34, so we'll jump back on board with that 34 machine of Tom Reichert here as he makes his way around the track. And I tell you what, why not? Let's see what it looks like out there. From the front of the car, there you see right there, roof cam here being provided by Esteban. If you haven't checked it out already, go on down, scroll through the description. If you like any of the track cams, car cams you see out here tonight, head on over to Esteban and get hooked up with all the track cams that he provides. Great packages and deals out there. Tell him Darkside David Turn 3 sent you. Use the promo code as well to get a little bit of a discount. Promise you will not be disappointed. On board gyro cam here with the 34 of Tom Reichert as he makes his way around the track, sitting in the 4th position right now. He's got David Gainforth just as outside, and right in front of him he's got the 81 of Mike Berg as well as Bob Rogerson just in front of him. And a battle for the race lead at the front. So let's go back out wide and watch this battle for the race lead. 2 wide at the front of the field. David Gainforth sitting on the outside trying to make that second lane work. He's got help from Richard Pruitt. Pruitt shoving, trying to get him past into the front of the field. That 248 machine, man, I tell you what, it looks pretty sporty out there tonight. Pass trying to be made at the front of the field. Looks like the momentum's there, but not going to be quite enough for the pass just yet. Going to go back a little further in the field now. Let's take a look at driver of the 71 machine, Brett Hahn. I tell you what, let's go on board with Brett as he makes his way around the track. I'd make a lap or two here. What do you say? Fans want it? Why not? Here we go, on board with the driver of that 71 machine. And what I liked right there out of that 71, or out of this 71, is very smooth on the wheel. You don't hear a lot of throttle fluctuation either. Not really playing with the throttle, just being nice and smooth with it. You'll hear the lift here as he makes his way up to the rear bumper of the car in front of him. But there you see it. As we continue to see these drivers dance around in front of this 71 of Brett Hahn. Drivers probably needing a little bit of air on the front of their cars. They have been packed up pretty much this entire race, only taking somewhat of a break, quote unquote break, for a handful of laps for green flag pit stops, then right back at it. Tell you what, while we've got a chance, while we've got a good battle going on, let's go down, mute the mics, head down trackside for a little bit of Turn It Up. What do you say? Absolutely. So we're going to mute the mics here for just a brief moment. Head down for all your track sights and sounds here with our Turn It Up. absolutely love when we get to head down trackside for all the sights and sounds up close and personal. Multiple drivers out there with multiple onboard cameras here tonight for us. We do appreciate each and every one of those drivers and teams allowing us to put one of our Turn 3 cameras on board here tonight. Big shout out to Daytona International Superspeedway for working with us and allowing us to put our cameras all around this great racing facility. Back at the front of the field, Bob Rogerson continues to lead the race. He's got Richard Pruitt right there behind him. David Gainforth, Chris Dean right there as well. Tyler Beeman, Zach Shahalis right there as well. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. Bob Rogerson and Chris Dean back and forth with 25 laps to go. Halfway down the backstretch, down into turn number 3. Outside lane beginning to gain the ground. On that inside lane, looks like the 44 can drop down at any time he wants to. Not going to have the room anymore. Waited too long. Inside lane on the move. Bob Rogerson got that inside lane pumped back up and going back in the right direction. He's got Richard Pruitt right behind him. These drivers giving a little bit of ground bit, but then surging forward massively back to the front. Now completely clear by a car length is Bob Rogerson, continuing to run that inside lane, but don't look now. Rest of the field is closing. This is going to be one giant pack by the time we get 15 to go. We've got 24 laps remaining here tonight in the 80 scheduled in the official race distance. 23 to go as we cross the line this time by. Coming right at you, side by side into turn 1. Bob Rogerson continues to lead that inside lane. Chris Dean to his outside. Richard Pruitt down there on the inside. David Gainforth trying to make something happen out there on the outside lane, not having any luck just yet. Or I do apologize, David Gainforth, actually the third car down there on the inside lane. Trying to make out who it is. Those two pink cars in that outside lane can't quite catch the numbers. Looks like that is the 2 in the 22. Zach Shahalis, one of those drivers out there running that pink paint scheme. And man, that thing absolutely looks sharp. I believe that's Chris Dean sitting right there. Second car out a side lane, running in that other pink paint scheme. Man, I tell you what, that's a beautiful, beautiful car. I love those two paint schemes. Do bear with me, first week with the league in series, so names and cars a little unfamiliar, but we'll get better at it as the season runs on. Here in Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com. BladeNode.com, Semper Web Solutions powered by nerds. I absolutely love that slogan. Have I said that yet tonight? I love to say it. Absolutely love it. It's the small things in life sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. It's the small things. As the 22 takes over the race lead down at the bottom of the track. Oh, Jamie Beasley right there on the outside trying to take the race lead. That's not going to happen. We'll go up here. We'll watch this battle unfold as we work our way halfway down the backstretch. 21 laps remaining here tonight from Daytona International Speedway in the Powerhouse 200. And my goodness, those pink cars coming to the front. Or actually, they're not coming to the front. They're at the front, leading on that inside lane just to their outside. Jamie Beasley trying to make it work. Bob Rogerson right there with them as well. The 128 out there on that outside lane trying to make that work as well. Not going to be able to do it just yet. Oh my goodness. What a race we have got on our hands. And Mom, don't look now, but we have got 20 drivers all within a second and a half of each other in the entire field, all within 3 seconds of each other. this is going to be a barn burner to the end. Will we see a late race caution? Will we see things get hot and heavy late as we got a little bit of blink action going on back through the field? Looks like that's all sorted itself out as Zach Shahalis continues to lead the race up at the front, crossing the line. 19 laps remaining here tonight in the Powerhouse 200. Tell you what, why don't we go to one of our drone cams here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. One of the drone cams being flown by a fellow operator here tonight. We do appreciate your time and efforts here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. Haven't been able to get to you all night, but here you go, bud. Camera's yours. Field continues to work their way around the track, coming by the start-finish line, this time by that Wonder Woman number 2. Looking good right there, second car in a side row, pushing. I believe that should be his teammate right there in front of him. The 22 of Zach Shahalis leads this race, and he's leading it pretty commandingly right now, sitting in about a car and a half race lead over the entire field. And I think this is somewhat of a strategy. I'm seeing the same kind of paint scheme, or the same kind of logo on the front of that 44 machine on the outside lane right now. So this may be a little bit of a team strategy to kind of stay a little bit staggered, keep the rest of the field behind them, and just click these laps off until the final few, and then try to just let it all hang loose and see what you can do at that point in time. And I'm actually going to look through this timing and scoring, because if I'm correct, Cole Gray in that 44 machine, he's actually keeping himself on the lead lap right now by staying in front of that 22 machine, just edging his nose in front of that 22 machine. He's able to keep himself on the lead lap every time he falls back, as he has right here. He loses that lap once again, so look for him to try to mix it up a little bit here, but stay in this comfortable position. I mean, he is a lucky dog. If there is some trouble, as long as he doesn't find himself caught up in it, he will be the recipient of the lucky dog. So that 44 machine sitting in a very good spot as of right now. However, banking and counting on a caution may not work out, as we have not seen a caution flag fly all night long here at Daytona International Super Speedway. These Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series drivers have put on a phenomenal show for you here tonight. Not only have we had great side-by-side racing action pretty much the entire night, but we had some great green flag pit cycles here at a restrictor plate race. Takes a lot of talent, coordination, and effort to get through a set of green flag pit cycles here at a plate track, as we've got 3 wide beginning to happen through the field. Drivers getting a little antsy. Business is about to pick up. Oh, driver getting loose, going through the inside. And looks like that is David Gainforth with a little bit of an off-track excursion. We'll keep our eye back there on Gainforth, as he has come to a slow, and it looks like he has spun the car down off the racing surface. So yellow flag not going to fly. Looks like he's going to right the ship, get headed back in the right direction. So we will stay green flag here at Daytona International Speedway for the Powerhouse 200. The 22 machine taking off. Zach Shahalis leading this race very handedly now, as we've got a hungry pack swarming just behind him. The 44 machine leading the outside lane is scored as the first car 1 lap down. The 29 of Chris Dean trying to see if he can't somehow shake him and get up there and try to challenge for this race lead. And as we work ourselves closer and closer to the finishing stages of tonight's race, do want to be sure to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight, whether it's the fans, friends, family stopping by, or anybody else just stopping by here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate you stopping by, coming on in, checking out some great racing action being shown to you by the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com, Simple Web Solutions, powered by Nerds. Field stacking up through 3, contact, oh my! I do not know how those drivers did not just wad that up. Oh my. 2-3 wide. Now Tanner Tallarico involved in this mess right in front of him. The 81 machine tucking down in line. Mike Berg trying to work his way back up to the front. He'll slot in just behind the 78 of Bob Rogerson. That 44 continues to wreak havoc on the front of the field as he is still right there with the race leaders. And now 2-3 wide once again, split in the middle. The 81 forces his way into another spot. Your top 12 drivers have broken away from the field somewhat, as there you see the second pack, only 3 cars, then a little bit of a distance back to another big pack of cars. There you see it being led by Tim Rogers. Rogers right there, actually 4th car in line of that 4-car tandem, and they have got to get their stuff together. They have got to get back to the front to chase down this man. Your race leader, Zach Shahalis, continues to lead the race down on the inside lane. He's still got help right behind him. 3 wide, the 81 coming through. 3 wide, contact, close, racing the 81 in the middle. 3 wide for the race lead behind the lap machine. Oh my goodness, what a power move by that 81. He went 3 wide, shoved it through the middle for half a lap, and went from 4th all the way to the race lead. Can he and will he drop down to the bottom just in front of the lap machine, the 44? Will he get by that 44 machine and then take over the race lead down on the bottom, or will he continue to run up there at the top? We'll have to wait and see what happens when he gets by Cole Gray. Now by the 28, looking to dip down there, not going to have enough room, not going to have enough time. He's going to be stuck out there on the outside lane, but he does have help. He's got help. Paul Turner right there, Craig Bell, Zach Jahalis falling from the race lead. Caution flag flies late here. Tom Richard involved, Eddie Behan involved as well. Big time wreck, a lot of drivers involved. Oh my. Taking another look at it. Oh, and it looks like a car just kind of blinking and net coating in front of a lot of these drivers. Oh my goodness. Not sure who or what that was. 34 involved as well. Oh my. That is going to, a lot of drivers not going to be very happy with this one. We'll check this out once again. There you see it looks like the 90 just turning sideways in front of the field. And oh, havoc. Look at how hard that 91 machine hit. My goodness. That was a very, very hard hit. So we'll rejoin the field once again, live back up at the front of the field. Your race leader, Mike Berg, right behind the Chevy Silverado Pace truck. And oh my, oh my. Caution flag flies for the first time here tonight at Daytona International Superspeedway in the Powerhouse 200. Will the field hit pit road, or will they stay out? Who's going to gamble? Who's going to roll the dice to win the Powerhouse 200 here at the Great American Raceway, Daytona International Superspeedway? 2-3 drivers coming to pit road. Looks like we do have some gamblers. Drivers gonna stay out there on track under this latest caution. That's gonna put the lead in the hands of the 42, Paul Turner. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna step away for a small, and I do mean a small, commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
Back here at Daytona International Speedway, we catch up with the field behind the pace car. Your race leader, Paul Turner, staying out on track under our first and only caution here tonight from Daytona International Super Speedway. And I tell you what, field looks like the one to go coming out, so we'll get a quick word with your race leader right now. Let's see if we can dial him up real quick for a word. Paul, is Dave in the booth? You got a copy?
Hey, David. Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, my man. Well, one to go. Won't keep you very long here. Just 7 laps remaining. 6 to go when we go back green flag racing. What was the strategy? Whose call was it? Yours, the crew chief, or the car owner to stay out here?
The crew chief. Crew chief told me I got enough fuel remaining. I've been saving a little bit of fuel, and I can make it to the end, so I stayed out.
All right, my man. Well, as I said, we won't keep you too long because you do got to focus in for the most important part of the race, the final few laps here. So, man, heck of a strategy. We'll see if it pays out. We'll see if we can't talk to you at the end of this thing. But before we let you go, do you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car? All right, well, it looks like we may have lost the driver of that 42 machine before being able to get to some shout-outs and thank yous, but I'm pretty sure he's going to shout out each and every one of you out there watching on the YouTube side of things. We do appreciate you coming out here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and man, it's going to be a barn burner to the end. 6 laps remaining here and the Powerhouse 200 live on Turn 3 Racing Network from Daytona International Super Speedway. Chevy Silverado pace truck gonna make the left-hand turn. Field will go back green flag racing, waiting for the flag, man. Green flag flies once again here at Daytona International Super Speedway. Field gets a good start. All the drivers that stayed out doesn't seem to have affected them. Everybody got up through the gears. No tire spin at the front. Packed up side by side, your top 12 still going at it. Top 3 making a breakaway at the bottom of the track. Just 3 drivers left on the high side coming off of 2. Halfway back down the back stretch. Once again, the 42 still leading the race. Big push out of that 51 of Davey Hendrick. Tanner Tallarico trying to take the top spot. Coming around the high side with help out of the 14. Can Crank Bell push Tallarico to the front? We'll see. 5 laps remaining this time by. As the field crossed the line, 5 to go. Tallarico's right there digging on the high side. The 14 of Crank Bell right behind him. The 42 down there on the inside. Paul Taylor's trying to still make that work. Mike Berg right there with him. The 51 of Davey Hendricks still in the mix as well. Second car inside lane. That high side starting to gain the momentum and energy. Almost the top 2 have cleared. Field mixing it up, swapping lanes, coming through 3. Tallarico to the bottom. Tallarico goes to the bottom, hunting the front. Once again, that 81. Will we see him make it 3 wide? Once again, contact. Drivers go around, flipping through the air. Oh my, caution flag flies. Oh my goodness, there you see the 7 getting turned and up and over. Oh my, I don't even know who that is. We gotta, oh wow. Oh, and there you see the drivers already flipping through the air. And it's the wreck is so bad. iRacing cannot even keep up. Oh my goodness, that was, oh. I really want to know who that was. I believe that may have been Bradley Beeman that went around right there. Oh my goodness, that was, whew, that was crazy. I'm not even sure who's going to be the race leader at this point in time, so we'll let everything get itself sorted back out at the front of the field, and it looks like Crank Bell is going to inherit the race lead. So the 14 gonna inherit the race lead. Mike Berg just behind him. Tanner Tallarico gonna be in 3rd place. Paul Turner right there in 4th. As long as everything kind of stays where it's at. Whew. Oh my. I wonder. That's pretty tough. Looking through the timing and scoring, trying to see what happened here. We have got a lot of drivers involved in this latest one. This was the big one. If we have had one so far here tonight, that would more than likely take the cake for it, as we've only had 2 cautions here tonight, and that one by far was the biggest, catching at least 10 drivers up in this latest caution here tonight. Whew, my goodness. And things only going to get a little more dicey, if you will. Things going to get a little bit crazier, I should say, as it's going to be we got a green-white checkered situation on our hands here. The field's going to line itself back up. We'll restart the race with a green-white checkered finish here from Daytona International Superspeedway in the Powerhouse 200 and Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com, Simple Web Solutions powered by nerds. And there you see some beat up and damaged machines down through the field. That 22 machine back in the back of the pack. There you see him off in the distance. No front clip on that machine. Tough break for him. The 13 of Travis Everett also with some trouble. Eddie Behan with trouble, as well as David Gainforth. Big trouble for a lot of drivers. Frank DiMaggio also with some trouble. Kyle Jett with some trouble. Billy Jett also with trouble here tonight. The 22, after leading here tonight, finds himself back behind the 8 ball, back in the 23rd, 24th, 5th position now, dropping all the way to the 25th, being scored off the lead lap. And that is just how quick it can happen at a restrictor plate race, at a place like Daytona International Superspeedway. You can go from leading this thing to back, taking the left-hand turn of shame, going back behind the pit wall and having to load the car up before the finish of the official race distance, or before the finish of the race altogether. So tough break for a number of drivers out there tonight. Unfortunately, a big one, grabbing a handful of victims late here tonight in the Powerhouse 200 Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com. Chevy Silverado pace truck car. Oh, Lord. I want to see a pace truck car. iRacing, give me a pace truck car. I don't want just a truck. I don't want just the car. I want the pace truck car. Gosh. I really want that grass too, because you guys have got some amazing grass out there, and I really want to see that. Just saying. Just saying. Once again, it's the small things, ladies and gentlemen. Field of double file. Once again, pace truck lights are off. We're set to go back green flag racing this time as the field makes their way out of turn number 4. Your race leader, Crank Bell, elects to take the inside lane. He's going to have Tanner Tallarico just to his outside. Mike Berg right there as well. There it is. Pace truck down and away. We're ready to go. Green flag racing once again here at Daytona International Superspeedway. Green, white, checkered underway. 2 laps remaining here tonight in Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series powered by BladeNode.com. The Powerhouse 200, just 2 laps remaining to find out who will run into victory lane or wind up, crash in. Who knows how they're going to finish this thing. I've seen drivers finish upside down and backwards in victory lane. We'll have to see if the 81 can keep the lead. The one of Tanner Tallarico going to the outside. Here comes the 51. Inside lane with the numbers, outside lane falling to the wayside. Tanner Tallarico does have help. 2 cars with him, now make it 3. It's a 4-car battle, top, side, and bottom. 14 jumps up to the top, takes over the momentum at the front of the field, trying to block the run on the outside. That's going to leave room on the bottom, trying to go back to the bottom and block the 81. Not going to get there in time. Big push by Tallarico. Tallarico all over the 14's bumper. The 81 down on the inside. Trouble for 1 car. Blown up on the apron. Contact with Tallarico. Contact, drivers spray all over the track. Spray's not the word I was looking for. I was looking for scatter, but the 81 slowly trying to come up the track, trying to get the momentum. Now looking to the inside, down below the yellow line. 2 tires right there. Oh my, photo finish. Oh my. I am not sure who that's going to go to. Timing and scoring showing Mike Berg, Tanner Tallarico in second, and Chris Crank Bell in third. We'll have to take another look at this. Oh my. Oh my goodness. One more look at this. That 51 machine up and around after the checkered flag. We'll take one more look at this coming to the stripe. What a finish. Contact. There's more contact. More contact. Oh my. And the 51 up and over. Shoo-wee. That was a wild and crazy finish, to say the least. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we're going to step away from the track, get things set to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And back trackside as promised. Post-race interviews ready to get fired off and underway here tonight. My goodness, what a finish. What a finish. 80 laps, 200 miles around this super speedway. Handful of cautions there at the end, but all in all, a very, very clean race, and walking away with the third spot on the podium here tonight. Driver of the 14 machine, Crank Bell. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, my man. Heck of a race, man. Kind of crazy there at the end, but nonetheless, good finish. Walking away in third.
Third? I didn't win? I thought I won. What the hell's going on here?
Honestly, I don't know who really won. It's just what iRacing's telling me. You guys were literally all over each other crossing that stripe. I don't know how sophisticated their timing and scoring is, because if it doesn't go down to like fly eyelash level, I don't think they're going to get it right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we were beating and banging. I was trying not to push Berg down below the line, and I mean, you can't get a better finish than that, huh?
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing, man. A thrill, to say the least. Heck of a race, man. Heck of a way to start things off here with Turn 3 Racing Network. And man, I couldn't be happier to be a part of this series now, man. You guys put on one heck of a show. And man, congratulations once again, walking away with a third place here tonight. And I know you'd like either first or second, but you know, third place, good points day for the 14 crew. So before we let you go and enjoy the night, Crank, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And let me say, we're really glad to have you on board here with us. So appreciate you and Turn 3 coming on board to broadcast these races. Obviously, got to thank BladeNode.com, the series sponsor. Those guys put out a good product. Go check them out if you're looking for some web services. My primary sponsor here, the T-Rex Express. He's over-the-road truck driver, veteran brother of mine, and I'm proud to carry him on my car. All my boys out there watching, I love how they tune in every week and get in the chat. Hopefully they were in there commenting tonight, rooting me on. And thanks to the family and thanks to my teammates, we had some good going there at the end, good pushes, and I think most of us got some pretty decent finishes out of it. So appreciate it.
All right, my man. Well, we excuse me, we appreciate the kind words, and we look forward to catching up with you at the road course. We'll go ahead to the other side of the country. We'll catch up with you at Sonoma. What do you say?
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Dave.
All right. Excuse me. Not sure what that was all about, but okay. Little something caught in the throat there for a brief moment. There you have a few final words from the driver, the man on screen, the 14 of Crank Bell, walking away in the third position. Now, we will see if we can't dial up the driver finishing in the second spot here tonight, battling right there for the race win. Let's see if we can't get in a brief word or two with the driver finishing in the second spot here tonight, the one machine, Tanner Tallarico. How you doing, bro?
Hey, Dave, how you doing, man? I'm feeling a little bit better now that one's over with. That was pretty stressful, but second place on the night after that crazy race. I'll take it, and we'll gladly move on to Sonoma.
Oh, I don't know if I'd gladly move on. I might protest this one if I was you. They're gonna have to get like some microscopic super NASA laser timing with like dolphins with laser beams to figure out who really won. You guys were all over each other, crossing the stripe. Man, crazy finish, great race. My goodness.
Yeah, I was. That's actually news to me. I didn't realize it was that close coming across the line. I was down there talking to Mike and to Crank or Jade for just a second, and first of all, I was running out of gas for like the last 20 laps. I somehow managed to make like 5 laps of fuel go what seemed like 20 laps, and the first late race restart we had with I think 5 or 6 to go, I was really just wanting to get down to the bottom and just continue to take the short distance around, and I was going to be perfectly content with finishing, 6th, 7th, or 8th, as long as I didn't run out of gas. That's was all I was trying to do, and unfortunately wasn't able to do that, so made my life a little more stressful. And then on that last restart we had, I got stuck on the outside again, and at that point I was just telling myself, you know what, it is what it is, and I'm gonna go for it. But yeah, the last lap was crazy. Love racing with Berg and with Jade and those guys for the win like that. And I don't know who was pushing me coming to the checkered flag, but I just kept the thing up high and tried to keep it wide open and was hoping that they'd wreck underneath me and maybe I'd nose them to the line or something like that. But nonetheless, that was a crazy finish for sure.
Absolutely crazy finish. I don't think we're going to have as crazy of a finish when we head to the track next week at Sonoma, with it being a road course. But with you yet again finishing with another top 5, you're one of the only drivers to have all 4 races so far this season with a top 5. You've got 1 race win. How do you feel about road course racing next week?
Well, yeah, first and foremost, I just want to kind of add to that real quick. That's just a testament to all the time that gets put in back at my team DLI. And Tim and Tom and Andrew, unfortunately, he wasn't able to make the race tonight. That's Andrew. But yeah, we've actually already been doing some testing for Sonoma, and I'm not super comfortable with road courses, and definitely not with Sonoma. I've got a decent amount of seat time at Watkins Glen, but I've only had the opportunity to run Sonoma a handful of times, and Andrew, thankfully, is actually fairly good there, and he was a new add to our team, and he's, ever since he joined the team, like, I want to say 3 weeks ago now, that's all we've talked about is Sonoma. That's kind of his bread and butter, and he's been doing nothing but dropping tips to me and Tim and Tom about how to get around that place. So I feel a little bit better about it, but still not 100% confident, that's for sure.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations on yet another top 5 this season. I know second's not quite where you wanted to finish, but nonetheless, another great points day for you, the one crew, as well as the team. So, Tanner, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I want to say thanks to you guys at Turn 3 for coming on and broadcasting the rest of our Pro Cup season. Appreciate you guys just kind of stepping in and helping us out like that. That's big for our league. That's big for our drivers and big for the people watching at home. But, yeah, do want to say thank you to Pro Coat. We had the pink colors on the car tonight, supporting breast cancer awareness for October. That's kind of cool for them to step up and allow that to happen. So big thanks to Pro Coat. I want to say thanks to BladeNode.com. Obviously, that's our title sponsor of the series. And I'm not required to say this, but I think it's kind of tongue-in-cheek that I do. You can save 10% off your first hosting package from BladeNode.com by using the promo code BLADE10. All capitals, BLADE10. You're welcome, Sam. Other than that, you know, that's really all I got. My other sponsor, Advanced Auto Parts, I don't think they're back on the car for 2 weeks, but do want to extend a thank you to them as well. But other than that, we'll head into Sonoma and turn left and right, try to go get a win.
All right, my man. Well, I know I see a little logo, a slogan on the side of your car right here, right now, just now catching it. And I know it's a little different from the one that I'm going to throw out, but I'm going to throw it just because it's kind of somewhat related. You got Fight Like a Girl right there, breast cancer awareness. My daughter is a wrestler. She's a 2-time state champion in the girls division here in North Carolina, and we have a great movement called Wrestle Like a Girl. So I just thought that was kind of cool. I see Fight Like a Girl on the side of your car, so hats off to you for supporting a great cause on that car, and we look forward to catching up with you in Sonoma.
Hey, thanks, Dave. We appreciate all you guys are doing. Once again, thanks for Turn 3 for coming on, and hope we put on a show for everybody at home. Thanks for having us.
All right, there you have it. Few final words from the driver walking away in the second position here tonight, and that's going to leave us with, well, the business part of the interviews. The man, the myth, the legend, walking away with the race win. The driver of the 81 machine, Mike Berg. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Dave, I've got you.
Hey, my man, that 81 machine looks sporty, and you found a way to come to the front there. Pretty crazy finish, but I want to talk to you for a minute there about a little point earlier in the race. I seen you kind of put it right there in the middle. I don't want to say forced it 3 wide. The room was there, but you went right to the front with that move. At what point did you decide, you know what? I'm going to put this 81 machine right there if they open that hole one more time?
I just want to start off by thanking everyone at Cyber Thunder for putting on a great race and everyone around me in the other cars for driving safely. During that second half of the race after the pit stop, everyone was just saving fuel. And I don't like saving fuel. I think it's boring as all hell. So about 15 laps into that, I said whatever, and I just decided I was going to go for it. And it's really easy to pass an entire pack of cars by yourself if they're all running 75% throttle and they don't expect you to make a move. So I kind of scared them a little bit and got to the front that way, and got to the front right before that last yellow came out that set up the green-white checker. So that move worked out pretty well, but a lot of it has to do with the safety and the respectful attitudes of the other drivers out there as well.
Well, man, it was I wasn't scared. I was just like, hey, he's making a move. Look at this. he's going for it. He said, and I believe if you watch the broadcast back, I believe you said, I actually said, in that 81 said, thank you coming through. And that's exactly what you did, my man. And yeah, you know, when they are not full throttle, it's a little bit easier to pass them, but you got to be brave enough to make the move. And that you did. And as you alluded to, you were lucky enough to put yourself in front of that later caution. Found yourself in a good spot for the green-white checkered. And, man, coming off of turn 4, did you think you had what it took to get the run to beat him at the line?
I wasn't sure about the run, but I knew I was going to try and go below Crank. I pushed him a little bit in the center of 3 and 4 to try and get him up the track, and I knew he was going to try and block both lanes. The high side gets that run off turn 4. So I figured he'd try and give me a little room, and when I got underneath him, he sort of faked to the left, and I thought he was going to push me all the way down past the line, so I ended up putting 2 tires below it. So I'm only like 53% sure I've won this race right now, to be perfectly honest with you, Dave. It's very possible that they send me to the back like poor Matt DiBenedetto on Sunday. I hope these people aren't as cruel as the people running real NASCAR, but you never know.
Well, unfortunately, I have no say in that. I would say let it stay where it was. It looked pretty clean. Looked like a great race to the end to me. But there again, Mike, I have no say over how things are done on that end of things. But nonetheless, man, still one heck of a race. And, well, I guess just like Matt, you don't have to worry about losing your ride. You're still going to have your ride.
Very true. Very true. iRacing has blessed me with infinite resources. Every time I wreck a car, I get a brand new one free of charge, and they're magically exactly the same as everyone else's car. So I don't have to worry about an equipment disparity of any sort. I can just get out there in my, what the hell's on my car? Alpine Stars Chevy Camaro. Get out there, do my best, make a fun race for the fans, because it's all about that entertainment value. I mean, if I had just pushed Crank and not even gotten below the yellow line, would we have had a 3-wide photo finish? I don't think so. Do you think so, Dave?
I don't think so, and that's a heck of a way to think about it, my man. So, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. But, Mike, once again, congratulations on the possible race win here tonight. Before we let you go and celebrate, would you like to give any shout-out, thank yous, love you, thank anybody on that car?
Yeah, man, got to thank Tom Richter, even if he strips the win from me later today. I know it'll be 100% his decision and not a committee decision. I'm kidding. It's a committee. But got to thank Tom and everyone at Cyber Thunder, BladeNode.com, putting this whole shindig on together. I got them on my my banner, just like a whole bunch of other people. Everyone who's raced at Cyber Thunder either this year or in the past, and everyone on the driver committee who is voting to acquit me of my wrongdoings on the last lap. If you're voting to convict me of going below the yellow line, I don't thank you. That's all.
All right, well, very direct and to the point with the post-race comments there at the end. Your race winner, the 81 of Mike Berg, making it clear about his feelings. He likes you if you're going to help him out. If you're not going to help him out, well, he ain't your friend no more. I'm just saying. That's how he feels about it, and that's the way it's going down. And with that being said, looks like, well, there's not much left for us to do here tonight except begin to roll up the cords after yet another great race here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Another great finish to another great restrictor plate race. And my goodness, I don't know that we can have a better finish than that. Next week, we head off to Sonoma. Then we will head to Charlotte Motor Speedway, then to North Wilkesboro over the next 3 weeks here in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, sponsored by BladeNode.com. And oh my goodness, producers pushing the music buttons in my ear. So, you know that means it's time for the official business. We'll run down your unofficial finishing order here tonight from Daytona International Speedway, walking away with the race win, the 81 of Mike Bird, finishing in the second spot. The one machine of Tanner Tallarico. Third place goes to the 14 of Crank Bell. Fourth to Davey Hendricks. Fifth place, Paul Turner. Dylan Reed gonna finish in sixth. Seventh place, Chris Wold. In an eighth, Cole Gray. Ninth place goes to Jeff Sharp. Bradley Beeman gonna finish in 10th. 11th will be Tim Rogers. GT gonna finish in 12th. The 90 of Michael Sturger gonna finish in 13th. 14th to Eric Moyer. Kyle Jett in 15th. 16th place will go to the 34 of Tom Richard. 17th place, David Gain. 4th, Eddie Behan finishing in the 18th position here tonight. 19th will go to Eric Anderson. Travis Everett, after leading early in tonight's race, will find himself finishing on the last car on the lead lap in the 20th position. 21st will go to Bill Jett. 22nd, Zach Schalas. 23rd to Brett Hahn. Richard Pruitt gonna finish in 24th. Chris Dean in 25th. 26th will be Bryson Clark. Bob Rogerson gonna finish in 27th. Andy Court gonna finish in 28th. 29th spot will go to Frank DiMaggio. Jamie Beasley in 30th. 31st, Dan Diaz. Jay Morris gonna walk away in 32nd. 33rd will be Jeremy Moore. Randy McCanney finishing in 34th position. 35th, Tyler Beeman. Jeff Winter gonna walk away in 36th. 37th position, Brian Dorsey. In 38th, Chris Harvey. 39th position here tonight, Ryan Dale, in walking away with the 40th and final finishing spot. After mechanical troubles forcing him off the racetrack and not being able to make a lap here tonight, the driver of that 93 machine, Andrew Payne. Yet another great race night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Do want to thank each and every one of you race fans, friends, and family for stopping by here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. With that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends. Until then, we'll see you again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.